Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Money Conversations with Magical. Today, I'll be speaking about the human life cycle and the decisions that matter at every stage, all the way from young adulthood to retirement. We will look at the milestones and how the financial decisions you make at each milestone can help you achieve financial stability. So the first stage is the young adulthood, and this is the stage between the age of 20 to 30 years. At this uh, age, you're probably starting your career, you're building an emergency fund, and you're paying off the debt. So here are some of the financial decisions that uh, you can make to help you achieve that financial stability you're looking for. The first thing is that you need to start saving for retirement, even if you have to start with small amounts. The second thing you have to do is you have to build an emergency fund. The third thing is you have to pay off your student loans in case you had any. And the fourth thing you can do is invest in your knowledge, in your education, or let's say skills that can boost your potential for more income. So you can do this by enhancing a skill that you have or going back to school to enhance the education that you already have. The second stage is called the gaining independence stage. This is a stage of the age between 30 to 40 years. At this stage, you're probably gaining independence, starting a family, and increasing your income. So here are a few financial decisions you need to make. So you need to, at this point, you can consider buying a home if that's a priority based on your lifestyle and your budget. You can also consider starting a family, but also think about child expenses. The other thing you have to think about is you have to increase your retirement savings. And finally, you have to invest in assets such as stocks and bonds, because at this point, your age allows you to take a bigger risk, and this will help you grow your wealth. The third stage is called the midlife stage. This is between the age of 40 to 50. So at this point, maybe you're already established in your career, and maybe your children are growing up. What you need to do at this point, the key decisions you have to make is that you need to consider um, investing more for your retirement. Actually, you can consider having catch-up contributions, because maybe you are not doing as much contributions for your retirement because you are bringing up the children. So you can consider having catch-up contributions. The second thing is that you have to ensure that you take care of your children's education expenses, as well as invest for the potential of financial independence. The other thing is that you need to focus on uh, taking care of long-term care expenses. This is actually when you're talking about medical care, you have to really also ensure that is done, as well as you have to pay off your debt. Let's say, for instance, you are taking a mortgage while you are at the previous stage, then you need to consider paying off those debts. The other stage is the stage 4, and this is the pre-retirement stage. This is a stage between 50 years to 60 years. At this stage, you're now planning for your retirement and you're transitioning to a new life. So the key decisions that you need to make at this point is that you have to finalize your retirement plans, as well as consider the expenses that you will have during the retirement. You have to review your estate plan. We spoke about estate planning in one of my previous videos, so if you've not had a look at it, you can go back and look at that, as well as review your will, update your will at this point. The other thing you need to do at this stage is that you have to pay off your debts if you have any debts remaining, and then now you have to transition into retirement income, especially through a pension. If you've already had a pension, it means then that's now the income you're relying on. The final stage is stage 5, which is now the retirement stage. This is the stage of the age of 60 plus. At this stage, you're focusing on enjoying your golden years as well as maintaining your lifestyle. So at this point, it's key. The key decisions, financial decisions you need to make is that you need to manage your retirement income and expenses very carefully, because at this point any mistake can lead you to financial destabilization. The other thing is that you need to maintain a sustainable strategy for withdrawing from your retirement account. So you must have a strategy. Which plan are you using? Are you using an annuity, or are you using an income drawdown? Maybe I'll speak about that in some of my future videos. The next thing that you need to do is you need to review your long-term care. This is your medical care needs as well as the expenses. And of course, finally, you need to update your asset plan, you need to update your will and ensure that it's up to date. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, um, financial planning is a lifelong process that you have to take keen note of and ensure that there's adaptation at every stage. Every stage or age you get in life, you have to adopt to that stage. So by understanding the key decisions that you have to make in every stage, you are able to achieve financial stability and financial success. But as you do that, remember, first thing is you have to start early and be consistent. The second thing is you have to focus on your financial goals. The other thing is that you have to adapt to the changing circumstances and your stage in life. And finally, don't feel shy to seek for professional help, be it in the area of financial planning, be it in the area of estate planning. Seek professional advice all along the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for creating time to listen into this conversation. I'll see you in the next conversation. Bye bye.